trace, you left me where no one can find me. There's no sign of life out here. I scream and it goes silent. I fight so hard, but I can't find my way out. Lost all dimension and time. I don't think I'm losing my mind. And this goes down. I'm losing my mind, and this goes down. Something about you feels so different.
Good evening, and welcome to yet another segment of Monday Night Customs Analyst Desk. This week, I'm here, Doom Geek, and I'm joined with...
Hey, it's Illuminati. How's everyone doing today?
I'm very, very excited, fresh off of DRX's exciting victory at Worlds. I'm really looking forward to see if our players have had just as exciting games from last week. So let's go ahead and take a look at the game we have to break down today. Illuminati, what do these look like?
Yeah, let me take you to where the action's happening here, and Pro League of Legends has nothing on these competitive teams that we've got. On blue team, Leona, Sivir, Azir, Maokai, and I'm forgetting her name. Seraphine, right. And then we've got Vayne, Draven, Mordekaiser, Amumu, and Katarina. Very interesting comp from both teams. Two very powerful mega tanks in Leona and Maokai on the blue team. But their damage is definitely going to be scaling. I think Sivir and Azir are both going to be looking for the third item power spikes. And then on red team, two ADCs plus Katarina really going to be looking to make an impact on that back line. I think the Vayne is a very strong pick into the tanks that blue team has. So and some great team fight there with Mordekaiser and Amumu.
Yeah, I totally agree here. There's going to be really interesting if Team 1 can have time to scale. Granted, you could say that Team 2 needs time to scale. They have Vayne after all. But they have Draven, who, you know, if they can get the gold going, Draven can become the early game damage. But that Amumu at 6, Mordekaiser at 6, you have a lot of big level 6 impact at Team 2. So we can definitely see maybe a little bit of momentum on Team 1 early side. Like in the very early game, and then Team 2 is going to take off, and then it becomes a game of can Team 1 scale to the point at which the Seraphine, the Azir, and the Sivir can have enough impact to kind of work through the front line of Team 2. A lot to go ahead and work through, so I'm really looking forward to see where this game goes.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Dim Geek, and the CC2 presents a problem for the Katarina ult, so we'll see if Haley's able to make an impact in this game.
All right, let's dive right into the games, starting with clip 1.
All right, let's take a look at what we've got here, what we're going to be looking at. So we've got, actually, you know, very early on in the game, just about 6-7 minutes in, already about a 10% gold difference in favor of the blue team. And looking at items too, we've got 3 players, the Draven, the Mordekaiser, and the Katarina that already have completed their first item. Compared to red team, only one player, the Azir, has completed their first item. So even before this clip starts, Doom Geek, I'm expecting the blue team to win a fight and win it decisively and try to extend their lead.
Yeah, we kind of talked about before with like the gold difference here, and in this case, 2K is actually quite a bit. You know, you're talking about that's like almost like a full item. So we're gonna see. You know, we've passed the point of 6. Both teams are a little bit. They have their ultis ready to go. Let's hit the clip.
Take a look here. I'd recommend that the red team sort of play under tower, given the goal difference, and try to wait it out as their primary strategy. What we see here, they're pushing up, and let's see how the fight gets initiated. We got some poke from Azir, and then he instantly gets used with an Amumu ult. We've got Haley coming in with an ult. The Mordekaiser grabbing the Sivir, bringing her back into the fight as she tries to escape, as then ulting the Maokai. Looks like they took out all of the damage. A lot of credit there to Haley, bursting down the squishies, and then all that's left is to take out the tanks. There's a lot of action there, David, but it seems to have ended right as we expected, with the blue team coming out on top. Anything you could break down for us further?
Yeah, let's go ahead and watch the clip one more time. So one of the things to remember is that even though we can see the goal difference, the players don't see that. So the players only see that it's 8 kills to 8 kills. So it's perceived to be even, when in reality it's not. So go into that mindset. Right after the get-go, with the Amumu getting initiate here, the Sivir does get the spell shield off at the beginning, which is really good. And the Katarina takes this as an instance to go ahead and jump in. Notice how fast Azir pops. Like you're saying, Illuminati. The Azir was in the thick of it, and without that spell shield, the Azir is definitely stuck. As the fight kind of breaks out here, the Sivir kind of goes back in to try to contribute damage, and unfortunately gets caught by the E. Good follow-up here by the Seraphine, though, seeing an opportunity to land a really, really big ult. Trying to go ahead and, like, scavenge what's left of the scenario. We were just talking about the damage dealers are basically gone. Seraphine can put up a few spells, but she's basically done her role in this fight. Leona goes in the back and does actually manage to go ahead and pop both of the damage dealers, but at this point, Mordekaiser is still a damage dealer, even though he's tanky, and the blue team comes out ahead here. So, kind of a fragmented fight, but blue team managing to go ahead and play their aggressive, their beefy front line into a still scaling red team, makes them pull out ahead here.
Yeah, and great point about the Seraphine, Dreamgeek. You know, on my first look, I was like, yeah, that ult is late. The carries are already down for the red team. But you know, without that, they wouldn't have gotten the picks on the 2 ADCs. So that Seraphine ult did come in pretty clutch. Let's see if blue team is able to extend their early lead and take a look at the next clip.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're about 10 minutes into the game now, and the lead is about, let's see, 34, about 3K, 3 to 4K, and the item difference. Okay, so it looks like everybody's gotten their first item, and in some cases I think we still see a little bit of a lead for the blue team here. So we've got most of the second item already built for blue team. Whereas the red team still just finished their first item. So let's take a look at how this clip plays out.
Before we dive in too deep there, I want to go call out the Draven build. Classic Wonder here. Everyone is an assassin to Wonder here. That's a Dustblade on Draven. So this means that already the blue team is looking to further capitalize on the still scaling red team. It's a risky play, but, you know, right now, they're ahead, like you're saying, so they're going to try to keep on pushing that advantage. Hopefully it's not too big a damage setback, but we'll see.
Always a wonder when Wonder plays the optimal build, so this is as expected. Let's take a look at how this team fight plays out. Looks like we've got blue team pushing up towards turret. Amumu hitting a great snowball there. The Leona trying to stop it, but Amumu still flashes in. Seraphine ult bringing a bunch of them in. We've got a fight under the Azir turret. The Mordekaiser getting absolutely melted by that. The Vayne going in deep. Very aggressive play from Relia. We've got Amumu continuing to CC the team quite considerably. And then we've got Assassin Draven trying to go in for the kill, but looks like he just barely misses it. And we'll see if they're able to make anything further happen. Nope, just trades a little bit more of his life for an attempt for one more kill. So, yeah, coming out of that, David, how do we interpret who's winning and who's losing that fight?
That was a really intense fight. One of the big things here is you see that blue team was able to fight under tower. Mordekaiser did do his job effectively in soaking up a lot of tower damage. And letting the rest of the carries like Haley and Wonder sneak on through the back. something that's really big here, like as we start to look through this clip one more time, this Amumu goes in, hits a snowball and goes in, and then like holds off on the ulting just right away, trying to go ahead and make sure the rest team can follow up. And during this time, like the who's still alive at the end of this clip, it's still Amumu. They are unable to go and kill this Amumu. You know, partially to that, Mordekaiser is doing damage, soaking up tower and whatnot, but the red team still doesn't have that damage yet. Big aggression here from blue team to go try to further punish this. We do say that, like, in this case, red team is kind of behind. They're trying to make the best of a situation here, and at least the, you know, like, in theory, it's just deaths. But blue team did come out ahead and winning, getting all the kills. Blue team's still alive, and they can continue to push wave. That's a super minion marching toward the towers here. Sivir's basically too low to do anything at this point. If she walks up, she's just gonna get clipped. So blue team still pushing their advantage.
Yeah, I think that's a great interpretation, David. I'll go as far as to say I think there's some upside here for the red team. Sivir still being alive means they're going to be able to wave clear and save both towers. So blue team really doesn't get any objectives here. Other point, you know, with the way that the two ADCs on blue team have built, we've got Assassin Lethality Draven and you know, Vayne is naturally pretty good at being anti-tank, but the fact that they've passed on the traditional Kraken Slayer build means that there might come a point, if this game goes long enough, where the tanks outscale and Sivir's fully online. So definitely the blue team playing precariously with their lead.
Let's go check out the last clip and see who actually manages to win this game in the end.
All right, so we're going to take a look at the final team fight of the game. Let's see what sort of items both teams are bringing to this last team fight. So pausing right here, I'm noticing, you know, that both Leona and Maokai have not finished their second tank item. So they're not super tanky yet. This is going to give blue team a bit of an edge, given that, you know, they're built a very damage-based, so not necessarily an anti-tank items in their selection. So what we've got, honestly, just a huge item advantage for blue team. Is not looking great for red team, and we're here. We've still got a significant lead in gold difference. Not a single objective taken by red team. So honestly, my hopes aren't too high for red team.
We'll go ahead and see how this plays out. But again, you're saying no more towers other than the Nexus towers. So this could be a march for the win for the blue team. Let's roll the clip.
All right, so as we start out this fight, all right, we see good push control from and good front line from red team. Mordekaiser steps up to clear the wave. It seems to be eager to protect this tower and make it a dominant win. Let's see. Oh, we've got another catch by Amumu. A lot of great initiates from the Amumu. Getting catches, holding his ultimate. Oh, there's the ultimate. All 5 players. No spell shield on that one. I mean, the blue team is just struggling to keep up with this Amumu, and this Amumu is not being burst. Haley coming in just... I mean, this is half of the blue team effectively really just pushing this fight and bursting down opponents. So pretty decisive team fight win here, and I think they'll pretty readily take those towers and the Nexus.
Yeah, so going back a little bit here from the beginning of this, one of the things that maybe like could have happened a little bit earlier here is Leona does position like and try to give as much space as possible here. For once, the Amumu is not actually able to get on the back line. Failed snowball, failed Q, and the Amumu does manage to get here. And the Amumu getting on the Leona here is not the end of the world. You notice how the K-Rays are safely in the back. They could try to go ahead and, if they had like more damage, start to really poke down the Amumu. But they don't really have too much of it. A Seraphine ult to go ahead and like try to lock down the rest of the carries and really turn this fight around. But what you're gonna notice is here that the Draven, the Vayne, and the Katarina all spread out and dodge the Seraphine ult. I think Mordekaiser is the only one that's actually hit afterwards. With this, as the teams spread out, then they reconverge on the Amumu now, who is now able to once again start moving toward the back line. Amumu is functionally just kind of walking past red team's front line at this point. And there you go. The Amumu manages to move forward, gets a massive stun, and now the rest of blue team is very, very quickly capitalizing on Amumu's breakthrough. And blue team goes on to win this one.
Yeah, incredible game there, David, and I think a good segue to our MVP of the match. I think really, incredible play by a lot of players across. Notably excellent ults from Seraphine. Haley getting some clutch kills despite all the CC on red team. But I think we're gonna give MVP this week to Cash with the Amumu. Seeing perhaps that some of the ADCs on this team were building suboptimally, knowing that there is a ticker on their ability to burst down these tanks. Just getting in there, getting big ults, just holding that W key effectively, and just keep moving in deep and forcing fights to push that blue team advantage. I think was a critical piece in closing this game as decisively as they did.
For sure. Congrats again, Cash. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. If you want to go and catch up in this game and any other of the stats that come from Millennium Night Customs, make sure you go ahead and check out our website, mncpages.dev. And with that, thanks for joining us this week. I'm Doom Geek.
I'm Illuminati.
Thank you, and good luck on the Abyss.